So guys, welcome back to another video. There's no messing around today. We're jumping straight into the action. It's day 6 of the UTR PTT in Hungary. This is match number 6 and I'm taking on fellow Brit Stefan Cooper, who was actually my roommate as well. Tough. It's an unwritten rule that if you're rooming with another player at the tournament, then you are bound to play them. At some point, it just always seems to happen. And the conditions were, let's just say, a little bit tricky. It was the clay in my eye, I swear I wasn't getting emotional. But anyway, we'd both come third in our group and we were playing in the third place playoff. So it was one last push to finish off a really strong week of tennis on the clay. And don't get me wrong, we were both very tired. It was a very intense week, a lot of balls being hit, and obviously it's very physical on the clay. But I felt something had changed for me this week. I feel like I'd found something in my tennis. I finally felt ready to compete for world ranking points once again. So guys, just finished my last match in the UTR. That makes it 6 matches in 1 week. It's been a bit of a grind, but been enjoying it, and I've actually come out with some pretty decent results. I'm pretty happy with it, which I honestly wasn't expecting at the start of the week, you know, with my recent form and, you know, like kind of obviously changing surface, going on clay, and it's been actually really refreshing. And yeah, I've been able to be a little bit creative with my play, and I've just enjoyed being out there and fighting, really. You know, at times not playing like my ideal tennis, like the stuff that I want to do, but just adapting to the situation, the conditions, then, you know, and then just fighting through. And yeah, I managed to get some good wins, and I've definitely learned a lot. So but anyway, now we've got to go straight to the other club because I'm playing the Futures tomorrow. I'm in qualifying. I've just snuck in and it's on hard court. So finished our match and then we're going to go straight over to the other club. We're getting a taxi there. Public transport's an absolute grind to get there. And then, yeah, we're going to hit for like 20 minutes, just feel the court, feel the ball. It's going to be completely different. It's going to be very lively. And obviously it's a hard court, so no sliding. Not that I was doing that much of that on the clay anyway, but yeah. So we're going to head over there now and yeah, just feel the ball for 20 and then head back and recover, get some lunch, definitely a coffee. We made it. So the plan is 20 minutes, then straight back to Lidl, coffee, shower, boom. This place is so nice. It's actually a joke, the club. How good's that? Got some free balls, Yonex Tours. Very good tennis balls. Free. Yeah, unheard of, eh? We normally have to pay a deposit or even just pay for them, so we're very early for the tourney. So
holy pellets.
How bouncy are those?
Pellets.
Fuck. We'll same side it, shall we? Don't want to. These clay court shoes. Don't need these anymore. I can actually stand up on the court now. Oh my god, it does actually feel really weird. Solid ground. Woo. Baby, let's do this. Now this was weird. I don't often make the transition from clay back to hard court, especially not in the same day. Even though these courts were pretty slow, it just felt rapid. I had so much time on the clay just to wind up and hit the shit out of the ball. Whereas on these hard courts, I felt like my backswing had to be so small just to control the ball. So I was just really looking after it with my left hand, making sure that I'm not taking the racket back too quickly. To be honest, I did feel like I was under quite a lot of pressure just to get used to these courts because my first match was the next day. On the clay, I'd been standing pretty far back and just ripping the ball in, especially on things like return. And I just decided that was what I was going to do on the hard court instead of switching. Oh, that was tough. Literally just had to stop the session because my blood sugar just dropped so low. I was like nearly fainting. So bizarre. I've not had that for ages. I just think it's probably volume of matches, like obviously playing so much, and then playing today probably took more out of me than I thought it did. It was very tricky conditions, and you know, a lot of the shots that I hit were very muscular, so just teed off on a flapjack, and I've got a Coke, so hopefully get some sugar back in. And yeah, I'm feeling the ball well anyway, so on the hard court it's actually an easy adjustment. You know, feels easier, so yeah, obviously it's still going to be tough, but ready to go. To be honest, this week I've been really lazy on the food front, like cooking and you know, everything like that. But to be honest, everywhere is like really cheap to eat out, and you know, it's very similar if you want to buy food and cook it. So anyway, been teeing off at Lidl for lunch. We've been getting these joke sandwiches and then these like pastries with kind of like a hot dog in the middle or something. You know, it's probably not the best nutrition, but we're burning so many calories out here that I don't think it really matters. And yeah, they're keeping me sane at the minute. Even though I'd played a match today and had a training session, which was only 20 minutes, the work wasn't done just yet. So I headed to the nearest Starbucks and continued the grind. To be honest, it's not really a grind. I love making these videos. Recently, I've been getting a lot of comments and messages from you guys just supporting the channel, and I'd just like to say thank you. I really appreciate your support, and I'm just glad you're enjoying the videos. So just been to Starbucks, went to dinner, churned out quite a lot of work, but this is where the real grind is at. Washing. So I finished off the evening with a little bit of swing vision coaching, and then tried to relax a little bit and switch off before my first round qualifying match the next day. So it was game day. This is probably the second Futures I've played in nearly a year. And normally I'd be pretty nervous, but I'd played so many matches, been in so many pressure situations, I was actually too tired to care. Even though I wanted to win, I wasn't worried about losing. Pretty great place to be as a tennis player, right? I'd almost become so focused on the process that was all I was thinking about. Just playing the right way. And I guess the process extends off the court as well. I was starting to enjoy everything about this tennis experience in Hungary. The morning routines, the walk to the coffee, which was bloody awesome, by the way. Doesn't take much to impress the Brits, just stick a Mackey's in a bougie cup. But anyway, I was even starting to enjoy grinding on the public transport, which I normally absolutely hate. Because I'd been doing this for a full week already, I just felt like I'd built up so much momentum, a lot of resilience on and off the court. Every day it was pretty much taking us 45 minutes to get from our Airbnb to the tennis centre, which in 30+ degree heat wasn't the most comfortable journey. But anyway, as soon as we arrived at the club, I went straight to the gym and focused on getting my body in the best shape possible for this match. Didn't really think about the camera angles. Physically, I was tired from a full week on the clay, but I knew I had something left in the tank for this week. I requested a later start just to give myself the best chance of recovering as possible, so that I could go onto the court and just give it my best. Also gave me time for my second coffee of the day. So my first round qualifying match in the M15 Budapest was against Zaland Seve. No idea if I got that name right. Probably haven't. But anyway, I didn't really know that much about my opponent. He hadn't played many events, so I was going into this match a little bit blind. At the start of the match, I was actually really surprised at how quickly I adapted from the clay to the hard. Even though I was switching surfaces, I decided not to alter my tactics much at all. So I was still staying pretty far behind the baseline, really ripping up the back of the ball, using that heavy, aggressive spin to push my opponent back. Especially on returning, I was standing really far back and then just gradually working my way into the court, exactly how I was doing on the clay the previous week. In the first set, I didn't make many errors, looked after my serve pretty well, but in the second set, my opponent started to be a lot more aggressive. He was almost going for 2 first serves at times, and it actually really caught me out. On the clay, I was used to having the time to deal with those really aggressive balls, but now on the hard, the ball was shooting through, so anything that he hit hard was really difficult to deal with. So I was having to really adjust, stay low, and make sure that I was keeping those backswings really short and compact. And also just using my slice a little bit more to slow the tempo down. Because it was pretty hot, the balls became really lively, and as the match went on, the felt was just getting ripped to shreds, so the balls actually went like pellets. So they were flying and they were pretty hard to control. One huge benefit of playing on the clay the week before was my movement. It just felt so easy to move into the corners to defend, and then also moving up the court was 10 times easier as well. I felt like I'd got into really good habits of just keeping really on it with my footwork, so always moving and adjusting for the ball coming in, which the clay really rewards you for doing. So pretty much the whole way through the match, I was feeling pretty relaxed, pretty loose. But when I came to serve for the match, I did get a little bit tight and the level did go a little bit crap. But that can happen sometimes. Anyway, I got the win, my first win in a futures for more than a year. God, it's been that long? Fuck.
So guys, that is my first win in a futures for a very long time, which is crazy. But yeah, I didn't feel, 100% out there. I thought I was a little bit passive and, kind of didn't play the way I wanted to. But again, the conditions were tricky and the guy that I was playing was a bit up and down. So, I just kind of did what I could and tried to look after my serve as much as possible. And, it was a little bit flashy, a little bit streaky at times from my opponent, but I was just trying to be, as solid as possible, especially in the first match. Just, get a win and, get through it and then, look to increase my level from there and just build on that solid foundation. But, yeah, I guess I'm feeling pretty cooked, as you can probably tell. I think that's my 7th match in a week. So, and it's my 5th win out of 7. So my confidence is getting better. And, I just think that now what I need to do is look to kind of improve my attacking side a lot more, just look to be a lot more aggressive and, play a little bit bigger. And now that I've got the confidence and the match wins and fighting through, I need to kind of just now look at increasing my level, and get better. So, yeah, gonna head back now. Definitely need a coffee. Fuck. And then gonna recover and get ready for tomorrow again. I've literally been to the same place for food. What is it? 9 nights in a row now? Yeah. 8 nights in a row, and I'm not bored of it. I'm looking forward to it literally every day. It's that good. What's the place called? Attikos? Yeah.
Greek joke. And we've got free dessert. Well, I did. Stefan didn't. Tough. Got a little Diet Coke as well. We're just waiting for 2 of the other players to join us. And of course, one of them is the guy that I'm playing tomorrow. This is like very, natural at this sort of level that you all go to dinner together and you're probably playing, one of the guys. So, yeah, just how it is. But he's a fellow Brit and it'll be a good match. So I'm going to tee off on this dinner now. Attractive.
Kai would have done his hair.
Just got you there in full HD.
I've got sauce on my face.
A little bit.
Hey. Did you just rip one, Megs? No.
Caught on the channel.
Well, you can smell it on the camera. Oh no.
So guys, that's the end of the video. As ever, big thank you for watching. And yeah, next time we'll be finding out how I got on in the futures and yeah, what my plan is next. So see you there.